to another show of Don't Get This Twisted. I am Rob, along with my co-host is Tina. Oh, co-host as always, Tina. How you doing, Tina?
I'm good, Rob. How are you?
I'm tired.
I'm tired. Well,
yeah, it's been a weekend because I spent Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and left today in Lake Havasu. So I had a long weekend.
Yeah, and, you had almost a week.
Almost a week. Yeah, it was good times hanging out. Hot as
Africa hot.
Satan's balls. It was just
that's Havasu.
It was warm. Yeah. But it was a good time. I hadn't been to Arizona before, so
really,
it was it was an interesting adventure and like going downtown to where the river.
Mm-hmm.
And I found out that Lake Havasu is just part of the Colorado River. It's just a big opening.
Yep.
I was like, oh.
And you also said that's where you saw London Bridge.
I saw London Bridge, which is really fucking cool. So this is my second weekend going. This was just a longer weekend.
Nice.
But it was interesting. And downtown is like super cool. It's a cool little town. I mean, it's definitely a tourist trap if you don't know where you're going.
Mm-hmm.
Because my friend took me everywhere and she was like, don't go down this street, go down this street. This is like where all the stores are and the local people go. And I was like, oh.
Did you take a boat out?
No, I'm going to try to go on one more weekend, at least for now. You know, I think I'm going to go on Labor Day weekend.
Okay.
And she was like, oh, yeah, we come here on Labor Day weekend. We just walked down to the river one evening after we ate. And right when we were going down the staircase to walk, out of nowhere, she goes, oh, look, it's butts and boobies. And I was like, what? She goes, right there. And she was like pointing at this boat. And there was like 4 young girls with like thongs and pasties on.
Mm-hmm.
She goes, and it was dead then. She goes, we'll come down here at like, noon on a Saturday. Yeah. And I was like, oh yeah. She goes, oh yeah. Just debauchery.
Everywhere.
And I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
She goes, it's a good time. But she goes, if you haven't never seen it, you got to come down here. I go, okay. So she goes, we'll just, and then she's like, we'll gear up. We'll come down here, eat, get a drink, and just walk up and down this bend right here. And you'll get a good idea of the craziness.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, cool.
It's a good time. We used to go every year with a group of friends, different people every time. But one of my friends' family owns a house out there, and we would go. And it got to the point where we didn't even go down to the river. We would just stay in the pool because it was so chaotic down at the river. But if you stayed in the pool, nobody was there. So it was kind of a nice, quiet time. So we did that, several years. Several times during the year, too.
She said upriver too is like really nice, where like it's not as nutty.
Yeah.
But then she was telling me, I forgot what there's like places on the lake that are known for just craziness.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, and she knew all the names of them. I'm like, been there? She's like, oh yeah, we used to go out there all the time, and it's just crazy. I'm like, oh yeah, cool. So she was talking about getting like, going out there and going on a boat and just kind of chilling. And kind of getting the experience. Going on the ferry. She says there's a ferry.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, cool. So that's probably what we'll do the next time. It's a good time.
Any jet skis?
No, but I would do that.
Yeah. I did that on the jet skis. My cousin thought it would be fun to flip me off in the middle of the lake. And and then it was really fun trying to get back on the jet ski.
Yeah.
I was so pissed at my cousin for that. I was like, you ever do that shit to me again, and I will get even, just letting you know.
Yeah. Because
we were tooling around for the longest, and then she just wanted to whip me off. But there was so many people, that was not the place to do that.
No.
And the drinking, they'd party out there. So.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then, like I said, you can't leverage yourself to get up. And then you're wearing the life vest.
Yeah, the life vest.
All the attachments were stopping me from getting over the. Yeah. Oh, it was not fun.
Yeah. Good times.
Yeah.
Good times.
Yeah.
But I told her I can't wait to go out there in like the fall where it's like 80 degrees and Like I took my dog out there both times.
Your dog had to have been dying.
You know what? Not really, because he has a double coat, so he's insulated. He was probably nice. He jumped in the pool twice.
Yeah, that'll work.
Hey, it was interesting. He was funny because both times it has like I forgot what she called it. It's like a shelf, basically like 8 foot by 5 feet that you can just kind of wade in. It's like maybe up to your knees.
Yeah.
And like you can put like a lounge chair in it and like actually be in the water at the same time. Mm-hmm. Well, he only stayed on that and because he was like terrified, and then he would just walk really slow. Like he was in like quicksand, but he didn't. I mean, he just hung out with us. It was
nice.
Cool. Over the weekend, me and my friend were talking music.
Yeah.
And she's younger than us.
Okay.
By a few years. By 7 years.
Okay.
So she sent me this playlist on Spotify, and it was like all 80s tunes. And in my head, I felt like going, like, you know these songs, but you were little. Mm-hmm. So I found a cable channel or a satellite channel on her TV that was best of the 80s. And she came home from work and it was on the TV. The whole time she's like, this is a great song. This is a great song. So we were kind of got talking about like how important music is in our life. And like first concerts or things that maybe we liked or didn't like. So like, obviously when me and you were in school, I liked metal and I would shit on everything
totally
else.
Did. Yeah.
But I would shit on everything else. Well, with the exception of some rap music, but like I hated new wave.
Right.
Just, if you liked metal when in high school, you were a metalhead. So you hated new wave.
You were a hesher.
Where now I love all that music.
Right.
Like we were jamming like The Cure and Duran Duran and, you know, Spandau Ballet, like all these really cool 80s bands. And I kind of told her, like, for me, I mean, I shit talked them then just because, you know, there was always camps, right? The new wave kids and the stoner kids and like, and then I look at the things now and we were talking about lyrics because I'm a lyrics guy. I love good lyrics. Right. And she was like, have you ever heard this song or this song? And she was like playing some Cure. And I was like, yeah, this band is really good. And I even look at my life now where, you know, if I'm not listening to podcasts, which is one of my second, you know, that's second to music. I still listen to music that I listened to in high school.
Mm-hmm. I think that's kind of what everybody does in life. You know, you go to where you were happiest or where you didn't have all the responsibilities and the music that of that time of when you're in school is normally like it's fun music because it takes you back to when you had an easier life.
Yeah, 110%, Tina. That's kind of what we actually started talking about. I was just like, oh yeah, like, and it's so funny because part of that, so I haven't seen my friend in 29 years. I dated her at one point. Matter of fact, we've talked about her on here. I bought a house with her.
Yes.
So we hadn't seen each other in like almost 30 years. And we started talking about like certain things. And you came up about how we know each other because she hadn't listened to the podcast yet until yesterday. But she was like, oh, how do you know Tina? And then I told her the whole story about, oh yeah, I didn't talk and blah, blah, blah. And she laughed. She's like, you didn't talk. I was like,
you didn't talk. No.
I was like, no, I didn't talk. She's like, there's no way. And I was like, I know that sounds odd.
But I'm
because
here
I won't
to tell
shut the fuck
story.
up now. Yeah. Yeah. And then exactly. I told the whole story and she's like, oh, but you know, and then I started telling her because again, when I was in high school, she's 7 years younger. She was little.
Mm-hmm.
So matter of fact, when I started dating her, she was 18 years old and I was 24.
Yeah.
But the weird part about it is like talking about, and not that we talked about it, but for us, like think about music in high school. We had DJs. It's in the quad. And people were dancing.
I was the one that was responsible for setting that up in student council.
Really?
That was my job. I did that.
Oh, that's awesome. See, I didn't know that.
Yeah. I was quite the nerd. I liked school. I liked student council. That was one of the things I did. And I was responsible for booking them and then getting them out there and getting them paid. That was one of the things that I did on my committee.
Wasn't it like DJ Hamburger Helper?
There was a Hamburger Helper, yeah.
And it's funny because
actually, you know what? He was you know the song Jump by The Movement?
Yeah.
He sang that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. Because another friend of mine is like really good friends with him.
I bet.
And I guess
lot of people, he still lives around here and he still DJs.
Yeah, I think he still DJs.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So the wild part was like, and she'll listen to this now and I'm going to have to ask her off air. But like, I wonder if they'd still have things like that in high school. Probably not, huh?
No.
Like bringing DJs in. And
no.
I think that because it's such a intricate part of, like you said, first of all, who we are, right? I think the music we listen to is an extension of your feelings.
Oh, for sure.
Where I listen to everything now, like everything. But it's wild when you have a child where I really kind of influenced him, right? I took him to see Iron Maiden at 6.
Oh, yeah.
So the funny thing is I say that's his first concert, but it really wasn't per se. We went and saw the Wiggles. The Disney
My brother took
guys.
The kids to do that. Yeah.
It was amazing. If I'm not going to lie to you. It was really good because the guitar player would play like Journey and Led Zeppelin and all these like songs during them talking. He would play that for us, but his real concert, because obviously the Wiggles isn't a concert, but his music has changed. So my son to this day will come to me and be like, Dad, you got to listen to this band. You got to listen to this band. And so many metal bands I've been introduced to through my son, which is, I just never would have thought that. Although looking back, a lot of like late 70s, early 80s groups, my dad listened to on 8-track in the car. Like the first time I heard Queen or Rush or like some of these bands was in my dad's car.
My dad had a red van and his 8-tracks that he used to play like all the time was America or the Eagles. And Eagles. I could, when I get to listening to the Eagles, it's funny because I almost know the order that all the songs are in. So when one ends, like even if I hear it on the radio, I'm ready for the next one. That's how much we heard them.
Right. Because you know the next track.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So I was talking about a song with her. Like we were playing this game of cards where you ask questions. It's for couples, but we were just doing it because we hadn't seen each other in so long. It was the best way I thought of finding out things.
Getting to know each other.
And one of them was like an important song in your life. And so I asked her what hers, like, what's a song that you hear that takes you to a place? Do you have one? I have a special song that every time I hear it.
It depends on what situation.
No, but that's what I'm saying though. But like you have ones that as soon as you hear it, you go, oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I like to tell my friends because, you know, during our time when we were growing up, there was like Babyface or oh my gosh, help me out here. Keith Sweat or and so a song
all
will
that
come
R&B
on,
stuff.
Yeah, all of that. And I'll say, hey, do you see his face? And every one of my friends goes, yeah, I totally can, because this song goes with the particular boyfriend at the time that they heard the song.
Sure.
And that was one of the things that like I still say that. I'm like, do you see their face? Because I know because I've grown up with these people. I know who they were and I know the stories, but I like to say, oh, you know, because I know what they're thinking when the song comes on. They're going to that place, that time. They're seeing those memories, and I like to just poke fun at them because I know I do the same thing.
For sure.
So I go, do you see his face? And they just laugh at me. They're like, you're stupid. But yes, I do. Yes, I do.
I mean, it's very similar to what we talked about umpteen years ago, probably on this podcast, about cologne or perfume and a smell and where it takes you.
Oh,
right.
Yes.
So, but like for me, I'll tell you like a family memory, because like it's a big one for me, is Don't Go Breaking My Heart by Elton John and Kiki D.
Uh-huh.
When I hear that song, I think about being in the back seat of my parents' Nova going to Redondo Beach. Every time I hear it, I just oh yeah. I just remember, because we would go as a family, and I had went back after my mother passed away to the side of the beach that we would go and sit. It was just every time. And so, and then I started thinking like, what else? Or like what certain things, like there's an album that our friend, the girl I dated when I was 18, she bought me a CD, because CDs were actually was a cassette. It was Queensryche. They were It had Silent Lucidity on it. It was that album.
Okay.
So when I hear like that album, just in general, I was like, oh yeah, this was this year. You know, it was 89. It was the end of 89. We had just graduated high school, like certain things. And it wasn't even like I think of her. I just think of that particular time period of like, oh yeah, like she gave me this. And at the time, she had just got a brand new black Ford Mustang 5.0. And in my head, and people who don't know this young lady, I couldn't believe that they got her a car like that, because I was like, she is going to die.
Right.
Like, just the wrong car to give her.
Mm-hmm.
So now I start thinking like in my own life, like all these certain songs that when I hear, I think of people and
times
places
in your lives. Yeah. You know, there's a song. I'm sorry. Speaking of that, there's a song from my parents had two friends. They each had a friend, and they ended up getting married and having kids. And so the oldest daughter, she's a year older than me, and she's been married several times. I think like 4 times now. And
wow,
she used the same song at 2 of her weddings. I don't know why.
Whoa.
I don't know why. Yes. And every time I hear this song, I'm like, I went 2 weddings with that one. Needless to say, she's not my favorite person. So I would remember that. But I was like, how could she do that? That's so wrong.
How could you invite people back and play the same song?
Yeah, right?
That's brutal.
Well, I don't think she thought I'd remember, but when it comes to her, I remember, because I just don't like her as a person. So,
I mean, look, as tacky as it is, I wouldn't do it, but it is fucking funny.
It's hilarious, but it's so wrong in so many ways. But I was like, thank God I'm not marrying her. You know, that's what I thought.
I mean, to be fair though, like from
there's no being fair. Fuck that.
No. To be fair, and because I'm gonna give you an argument on like pre-adult. How many times did we dedicate the same song to a different person?
I never did that. I never did dedications.
I can't say that.
I remember going, there's like so many. So here's like a few memories. Like I went to an Endless Summer Jam that Kiss FM was having. It was a concert with like a bunch of artists. And the funny thing is they booed Tom Petty off the stage because it wasn't that type of music. Right. Or that type, you know, it wasn't the people that were listening weren't going to hear his type of music. But I remember I was with a boyfriend. I'm like, just come back for this 2 songs. He wanted to get something to drink. It was a hot day. And he missed the songs that we like used to, you know, like cuddle up with. Or I remember when I was getting divorced, Bonnie Raitt sings I Can't Make You Love Me. And I remember a specific like day that it hit really hard, that song. I don't know why it was there, but she's a wonderful artist, and I really like that song, and it hit at a time where you could feel it, like you felt the words to that.
Right.
Or there's also like just recently, I've Got the Power. It's an 80s 90s song. I remember I remember dancing at least 500 times to it with my friend from El Paso.
Like that was a jam, though.
It was. We would party and when I say party, it wasn't to drink or to use drugs, because we just didn't do that. It was to go to the clubs and dance. Like, we partied in those freaking clubs, right. And that song hit every time.
I mean, just think how many places that were like that when we were young that were literally they had no booze there. Yeah. What was the one called? Florentine Gardens?
Florentine Gardens had a bar, though.
Oh, did it really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But they were an 18 and older club. I lived in that club for a few years. It's crazy.
Yeah, because I remember hearing like some of my friends that would always go to like places to dance.
That was me.
Someone sent me the other day a meme about skate rinks.
Oh, skate.
And I was like, which would be the exact same thing.
Yeah, like, yeah.
There was always like the special skate songs that
Do you remember the advanced backwards skating song? It was an Air Supply song for a couple years. And yeah, I remember that with my friend.
So all these things, like, music is so important in our lives.
Absolutely.
And it's speaking of, I played a song to my friend, this girl, that she played for me, not to sound horrible, but after she broke up with me, she played this song and she remembered the song, but she didn't remember when she played it until she heard it again. And I was like, hey, you remember this song? And I wasn't trying to be mean to her, and I wasn't, because I just wanted to like rattle her cage a little bit, because we were making a lot of jokes to each other about back then, because now it's the past. Like, like I made a joke somehow, like we were talking about something, and I'm like, well, I hope you don't sue me again.
Oh, no.
Right. And like for a second she was like, oh, and I was like, I'm being sarcastic. Like, I'm just being funny. But so I played the song, and then she was just like, oh, wow. Like, all these emotions came back. And it was like, and I said, and the lyrics are very, almost like she wanted me to chase her. And I even asked her, like, is that what this was? She's like, I don't know. She's like, I was going through this weird time, blah, blah, blah. But so we just started talking about stuff like that too, like how songs just influence our whole life.
Oh, yeah.
And they have since we could listen on our own.
Yeah. I was talking to one of my dad's best friends, my uncle, when there was a time when we were young and we went to stay with him in Tehachapi, and there was not shit in Tehachapi at the time. So he would take us in his truck for a ride, and the truck had a little shell on the back of it, and we were all in the back of the truck, and all I remember is John Denver music. And I was telling him that just a few months ago, and he said that's because the damn tape got stuck in the player, so that's all we could listen to. But for some reason, I just thought that that's what he loved listening to, and that was on. But growing up with him, he always listened to 101, KRS 101, which is oldies music, right? But this was like back in the day when they were playing that type of music.
It was 40s and 50s.
Yes. And so he loved listening to that and everything. But I remember when I was in my 30s and I passed through K-Earth and I was listening because it was music from when I was in high school. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I hit the age that my uncle was when he was listening to K-Earth. And now my music is on it. And that kind of blew my mind, because if you grew up here in the Valley, K-Earth 101 was definitely like oldies all the time. Like Art LeBeau was on Sunday nights, and it wasn't newer music. And then you go from thinking it's your parents' music, and then all of a sudden your music that you were listening to as you were growing up is on it. And I was like, holy crap, did I hit that age? Like, are we there?
Well,
I guess we are, because we were playing it.
Well, to make you feel even worse, I just looked up K-Earth 101 online. So for any of the fans that are listening to the show outside of the state of California and or the country, you can look it up. There's actually, you can listen to it right now online. The recently played songs are The Way You Make Me Feel, Michael Jackson, I Ran from Flock of Seagulls, It's My Life from No Doubt, Danger Zone by Kenny Loggins, and I Just Died in Your Arms Tonight, The Cutting Crew, which is pretty much everything that we listen to. Mm-hmm. That is, but I guess now it's not oldies. To be fair, it's now a classic hits radio station. But I do remember when it still said oldies and they were playing what you just said. But now they've just changed the tagline. Yeah. But it was a really good station. Do you think, like for me, my friend, she was started to send me these songs afterwards. And I was like, oh, read the lyrics or listen to this, or this reminds me of us 20, 30 years ago, blah, 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 which was awesome because there was like some really cool things. And then I was sending her current music. There's a band called Sleep Token. I've told you about them. They're I'd say alternative music, but they're metal, alternative, jazzy. It's like a weird fusion of stuff. They wear masks. They're really cool. They're from England. And I was sending her these songs and she was like, does this mean something or is this just a song? I was like, oh yeah. Like we have to say that, right? Because these songs for all of us have a lyrical meaning where, good dance music lyrics are, irrelevant. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like old Africa Bambaataa songs. Like they're bass heavy dance tracks and they're bitching. I have it on my, like, if you listen to my Apple Music, you'd giggle because you might hear like, Africa Bambaataa followed by Slayer, followed by, Hamilton the musical. So it's like all these different things. But I've realized that the music in our lives, not only it's a storybook.
Oh, absolutely.
And the best part is that it's ageless.
Yeah.
You can listen to a song that was great when we were in junior high school and it means the same. And you could listen to a song that came out, last Friday that will still make you think of the same person of a different time with current lyrics or a current song, because songs are meant to, make your brain think or your heart wrench.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what I love about music. And there's the different genres that will, like you said, like old R&B. Mm-hmm. That old R&B from the 90s.
That's some baby making music for sure.
Oh my God. You think?
Yeah.
Do you know how many
can
children?
Can you see his face?
Yeah.
Because
you're right.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, and you look at, what the hell were their names? Hold on. I know.
I can't listen to Two Live Crew and not think of my brother getting yelled at from my dad as he's singing the song coming out of his room and it's blaring in his room. And my dad's like, turn that shit off, Teddy.
Who did Boys to Men. Like Boys to Men to me, or like Blackstreet, Belle Biv DeVoe, TLC.
Those like are all these party music.
Yeah. They're party music and they're getting laid music.
Yeah.
I mean, those guys hit both sides of it.
Salt and Pepper will, to this day, if I hear one of their songs, I don't know how I know all the words. I can't remember what I did this morning, but I got all the words to those songs in my head. And I remember who I was with and how they danced and what they said. I knew a girl that she was quite a bit younger than me, but she was a foster kid having issues with her foster family and all the girls there and stuff. And I remember her dancing to the Humpty Dance at my 16th birthday party. And every time I hear that song, I still think of her. We're still friends on social media. And I see her dancing to that song. She's so darn cute. I just, you can't forget that stuff. It's weird. Or like my mom, her Rod Stewart, if I hear Tonight's the Night. Yeah. If I hear that song, my mom always pops in my head. It's going to be forever because she loved Rod Stewart. She used to say she couldn't look at him, but she definitely liked to listen to him.
You talked about John Denver. So my friend put on Rocky Mountain High just out of nowhere. And then she pulled out the greatest CDs of John Denver right from her computer, like right underneath it. And I was like, what the hell? She's like, oh, I love John Denver. And to funny. Think like, yes, she's like, what did I say? 7 years. She's like 48. But to think like, obviously her parents influenced John Denver on her because they're, in that age group. And and I didn't know, like, oh, I was like, John Denver, I would have never thought that. But like, and then we started talking about like you said, your mom, like my mom loved Neil Diamond. Like, and when I mean loved, like would go to the shows and like, just everything. And looking back on that, it's like that guy, I mean, and I'm sure in his day, he was a good looking guy because,
if you're into that sort of thing. Yeah.
I mean, women were look at Barry White. People were throwing panties at that guy like it was a thing to do because they were singers.
Got a voice.
Right. But so did Neil Diamond. Like,
I guess.
If it's your thing.
Yeah.
Because like we can argue the semantics of liking someone's voice until we're blue in the face.
Of course. But it was something about them that hit home and made you want to listen to them. I get that.
And that was like really pre-videos where like it was still about music. We grew up in the video age.
I grew up with, we were there. I mean, I could remember where I was sitting at my friend's house waiting for MTV to turn on so that we could see Radio Killed the Video Star or Video Killed the Radio Star.
Radio Star. Yeah.
That was the first song.
So, but even that, like, think about that. When that song comes on,
that's a memory.
Everything floods about what changed in our, like, I remember rushing home to watch MTV.
Yeah.
We would go over my best friend's house right after school, not do our homework like we were supposed to, and watch the top 10, the top 10 countdown, where, probably very similar, or like on the weekends, Casey Kasem always had the show. It was the top 10 in the country. Top 40.
40.
Top 40. But, they'd really he'd jump. He'd tell you some of the songs and then play some of the other ones.
Yeah.
It's such a great thing. And I'm a music nut. So if I don't like the quiet, that's the other thing. So like I always have some kind of music on.
Yeah.
And
did you used to listen to 103.5 at night as you went to sleep to listen to all the the
Coast
80s,
103.
Yeah, Coast 103 for the mush, for the love songs on the coast.
Love songs on the coast. I don't know if they do that or not.
Them. They still do that. Yeah.
Now that one I did do dedications to people. I never
did that. I'd have people send me, like even now, people will send me a text with the song and they'll say, this song for some reason reminds me of you. Or they'll tell me the reason this song reminds them of me. And I don't know, I don't really pay attention to like what I'm doing if I'm making memories, but it's funny how I will do something and then it attaches to the song. And my friends will always say, if you want to get Tina up, you got to play this song. Or, It Takes Two. My friend uses that song to get me to dance with her. If that song comes on, she knows my ass is up. She's like, that is the song that you are going to get up every time too. And so far, I guess she's been right. Didn't even realize it was like that though.
But I also do. I love sending songs to people.
Yeah.
That it reminds me of them or reminds me of a time. And again, like we come from the land of mixtapes.
Yeah, totally.
Right?
I had several. And DJs would make us tapes too.
Right. So when, pre-burning your own CDs, and if you didn't know somebody who would make you a mixtape, you had to sit at the radio.
Yeah.
And hit record.
Yep.
And it was work, that was before you could actually buy an album and then make your own tapes at home.
Well, plus you had to sit there and try to write down the lyrics if you wanted the lyrics, and you'd listen to it over and over and over again and hope you got the lyrics right.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. And, look, there are good things about like Spotify and Apple Music where you can read the lyrics while it's playing.
Mm-hmm.
And you're less likely to mess up the lyrics now.
Yeah.
But, but you're right. I think that the mushy songs of the late 80s, early 90s is what made
80s love songs are the best.
The best. The best. Where, and like, which would be like more like modern country love songs. I guess there is still R&B, but it's kind of a mix of, it mixes with hip hop now, where it's kind of this mix. But yeah, I mean, we had Whitney Houston and Mariah Carey and, Michael Bolton, like all these people that were like love song masters.
Peter Cetera and
yeah, Chicago and matter of fact, over the weekend,
Lionel Richie.
Oh, Lionel Richie was great.
Right.
Lionel Richie had some good love songs.
He's got some baby making music for sure.
Yeah. There's a lot of. I think that's why the 80s and the 90s were like, we had a growth spurt. We had good music to make you sit at home and have sex to.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's just good times. I mean, I know that it's a weird thing because, I don't think it's the same now, but it probably is with younger people. You just send somebody a playlist now. Here's a playlist I made for you, which is the modern mixtape.
Oh, I've never done that. I don't know why I've never done that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I'll just send songs. I will just out of nowhere send a song or say, hey, this reminds me of you, and send the song, but not a playlist.
I've made playlists.
Ooh.
I mean, not like crazy ones. I've made some crazy ones for me, like my personal.
Oh, yeah. I have one just for when I'm on the trike. Yeah. It's got to be a certain type of song. Yeah.
I have one just for the gym.
Yeah.
That's the most loudest, aggressive, angry, kill everyone music.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And then I have ones for when I'm a little down and I want to just kind of chill and then of course everyone has the, some kind of love song track or they're mixed together with some other stuff.
Yeah.
But, I think that thankfully music it's cross-generational. Mm-hmm. You could play something now for your child who's 10 from the 90s or the 80s, and you could get them into a band that no longer exists.
Yeah.
Which is just wild to me.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of bands my son has heard in the car that never made it out of the 80s.
Right. I was with my niece the other day and she started singing a song that was like way older than she is. Like her dad wasn't even having sex when these songs came out. And I'm like, what do you know about this music? She goes, I know, Thea. I know. I'm like, oh my God. But my brother's big on music too. So like we do this all the time. Who sings that? Or who sings this song? Quick, like, tell me the answer, to see how much we know. Our trivia is really good on music, though.
So do you have Shazam on your phone?
I don't. I still use SoundHound.
Okay, similar thing, though.
Yeah.
It's the greatest thing ever because, like, I'll do the same thing at work. We'll be jamming, and there's a guy at my work named Steve who he's a music junkie, and I'll put on like total 80s hits, or I'll put on like 80s metal hits because he's into metal too. And like a song will come on, I'll be like, Stevie, tell me what it is. And he's like, he'll put his ear up in the air and he's like, and he's really good because he knows some like very
Some you shouldn't know.
Well, not that you shouldn't know, just ones that are like a little more tricky.
Yeah.
That weren't the hits from these bands. And like one day he was like, oh, this is Wasp. And I was like, yeah, dude, 2 points for you. Like, that's fucking awesome that you know this. So music brings us together.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I'm sorry. It's to the point with my friends that they'll say, Tina, who sings this? And I'll know the answer. And they don't even question. I'm like, sometimes it could be wrong, guys. You need to.
Yeah. Even to you.
Yeah.
I just think that like you realize what music does to humans when you go to a concert.
Yeah.
And to me, there's nothing better than live music.
Oh, no doubt.
To be part. So the closest thing that I can tell you is me being a wrestler and walking through the curtain and hearing the crowd pop or boo, or, you know, me being able to make them jump or whatever. That's how I see these rock stars. And I haven't been to a show in a little bit, but we're going in October. Me and Dwayne are going to go to a couple of shows.
Nice.
And there's nothing like listening to a crowd. So like when I know there's a special chorus in the crowd, I like to just be quiet and not sing it so I can hear the crowd.
Yeah.
Because it's amazing to listen to 16,000 people.
Oh, yeah. Could you imagine sitting on stage listening to that, though? That's got to be wild.
Oh, it's got to be hair raising.
Mm-hmm.
It's just got to be the biggest rush in the world.
Yeah.
And to know that your lyrics have made a dent in someone's life.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I've heard there's a band called Killswitch Engage. They're a metal band. And the singer wrote a song called I Am Broken Too, because he was at his own bout with mental health. And I had seen an interview with him talking about like how many people have got a hold of him saying that like, this song saved my life. Like I was going to take my own life. And I heard this song and decided like that the singer of this band wrote this song saying that you'll be okay.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, like that's like the craziest thing in the world. The social impact that you can have on someone's life.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like us, right? When I think about the things we say sometimes, you know, I wonder if we've had an effect on somebody that listened and went, oh yeah, that could be me. They made it. They're okay.
Yeah.
Like they've been through this shit. Like mostly both me and you, we both been through marriage and we've got divorced and we came out the other side and we're okay.
Oh yeah.
You know, and I've tried telling another friend of mine, she's going to start going through a divorce. And I said, you're going to be okay because you have to.
Well,
and she was like,
because you're going to want to, the burden of being where you don't want to be starts to lift. The veil starts to come up and you see life differently and you start to have your own opinions of it that are not second to somebody else, you know, telling you whatever they're telling you. So you get to experience your own life as you see it from your own perception. And that's a really good thing.
Right. And that's kind of like what music will do, right? I said,
sure.
We all could hear the same song. You could have 8 people in a room and listen to the song and go, what does it mean to you? And there'd be 8 different answers.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about music and how it can be melancholy and it sounds like a love song and it's really kind of not.
Yeah.
You know, and
have you ever gotten the point where you break up with somebody and you can't listen to music? Like you can't feel it. You can't get there. It's like it's a detachment, because I've experienced that quite a bit.
I've had that happen to me, but I had to stop listening to certain music.
Yeah. Well, I felt that my attachment, I can't get back to that. I've literally had those problems where I can't get to that place. I don't know. It's got to be your body's way of keeping you safe or keeping you from hurting.
Because, you know, you can fall into the trap of a love song.
Oh, for sure. Especially the 80s and 90s ones.
Yeah, that just hit home.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so for me, I have the escape of metal.
Yeah.
So it's easy to, when you're raging or angry, like it's so funny because people will listen to some of the music I listen to and just go, I don't understand how you listen to that. It gives me a headache. And I get it. And I understand what they're saying. But on my side, I go, this makes me not want to hurt people. Yeah. Because it gives me the release of, I hear it and just like for a few minutes, and then it's I let out all that anger. And then they kind of got it. They're like, oh, and I go, I don't have to listen to this for 2 hours. I can listen to 2 songs and I feel like $1 million.
Oh yeah. You got so whatever out that you needed to.
Right. Exactly. It's a like a dump of aggression or an emotional dump, sure. Which is the same as a love song. Like you can listen to a love song, and if you're crying, it's because you're emotionally dumping something out.
Yeah.
So, and if we're our age, you're right. Those love songs from the 80s and 90s, we've all been in a bedroom somewhere,
making
broken
babies.
Up. Broken up crying.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
You know, I think we all either have been or know somebody or was in the room when they were crying.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, so
absolutely.
It's just an amazing thing that it's, like I said, it's cross-generational. Our kids, their kids, some of these songs will go on forever.
Yeah.
And I like that part of it. I'm just a crazy person about music, and it's an important part of my life pretty much every single day.
Oh, definitely.
So
definitely.
I mean, just go to all of our work. I don't know about your work. Do you guys play music in the shop?
Are you kidding? We never not have music on in the shop.
Same in my place. Like I go in there, when I go back to work, when I open, I crank it. Like, and when I mean crank it, I crank the shit out of it. People have walked in and were like, is there a metal show going on here?
I wish we could do that in my shop, but I get you.
Well, and it's funny because we're not supposed to, not like that. And I'm Tina, I play some music that's like screaming at the top of their lungs. And when people come in, I walk over to the iPad and I'm all, change it to something else. I'm like, sorry, dude. But that's how you know music is such an influential part of our life. It's in car commercials. It's in TV shows. It's in movies.
In everything.
It's in everything. Because it plays to our brain in such a matter.
So, okay. So here's a question. Mm-hmm. So, Top Gun, what's the song you hear?
Danger Zone.
Yeah, exactly. Right. See, that's the thing. It's like you could literally pull up anything. What's the song attached to it?
Yeah.
You know, because there is songs attached to
it. For sure. Yeah. If Kenny Loggins' Danger Zone comes on, the first thing you think of is
flying
jet planes flying. I mean, or him on the motorcycle.
Yes.
Or the volleyball game.
Yes. Absolutely. But you said funny. Exactly what I was thinking you were going to say.
Yeah. And it's true. Speaking of that, me and my friend were talking about Top Gun. The first thing she said was, man, the volleyball game. I was just like, what? Like, but it's true. All these things. And this is why, this is my thing on music today. This is what I wanted to talk to this about. All of us, if you listen to this, wherever you are, pick a couple of songs out and send them to your friends that mean something to you.
Mm-hmm.
Because I guarantee you'll get a text back about what it means to them and or you, because it was something that happened, or what it meant to them to hear that song.
Absolutely.
And this is something that'll keep friendships together when you only talk to each other once a month. Music will hold it together like glue.
Absolutely.
Teeners, we're going to roll this up. What do you have to say about music in your life?
Listen to more of it.
Yeah.
Just listen. I always have music on. I sleep with music on. I turn it on when I'm getting ready. I listen to it in the car. I don't really listen to podcasts still because and if you want to know the truth, I'll turn on the radio quicker than I'll turn on Spotify or Apple Music. I want to hear. I'm okay with the commercials. I'm okay with.
I mean, you don't even listen to this podcast.
I don't listen to it. So once it's done, I'm like, wait, what have we done?
Yeah.
You know,
every blue moon you'll listen to one and be like, oh shit, I said that.
Well, yeah, because people will say, I can't believe you did this or you did that. And I'll be like, I said that? Because I mean, not that I don't, when they say it, I'm like, oh, did I say that out loud? I didn't realize that. Not that I'm taking it back. I'm just, I didn't realize I had
same with me. And I do agree. In pretty much every aspect of my day, there's some music playing.
Oh yeah.
It's either at home or in the car or at work or somewhere.
Yeah.
Because it's that important to keep going.
Absolutely.
For me, it's life. Just share songs that you with friends that may not even like the genre, because you never know. You never know what kind of, because you might make a new fan.
Mm-hmm.
So I like when people send me new music, no matter if I like the genre or not. Yeah. I'll listen to it because I might go, oh shit, I like that. Who is that?
Oh. Absolutely.
You can check us out on the social medias, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all that fun stuff. You can check us out on the every damn podcasting place you can. Spotify and Apple are the biggest. And it's an opinion show. Don't get it twisted. Keep coming back every Wednesday. For Tina, I'm Rob. We will see you in a week. Later.
See ya.